Welcome to the hour. Yes, I'm wearing the same outfit as yesterday. So it's really today. So this is pre-recorded. Don't click off. Stay focused. I'm actually at my son's baseball game. It's his last tournament of the year. And so our family's playing today, 2 different games at 11 and at 2. And then I'm headed somewhere tomorrow night with family. But I just want to declare over you that you are loved, that you've been chosen, that you are accepted, that you're not rejected. I want to just personally thank all of you that are consistently tuning in to our podcast. Over the last couple of weeks, the Lord is literally taking us through a transformation. There's some times where I wish that you could see the way things used to be. In the process that we've been going through, it's really actually scary, unfamiliar. But I know that it's the Lord. We just housed the first ever conference, first of many conferences that are focused on real, authentic, vulnerable breakthrough. We hosted the Jezebel Conference, Defeating Jezebel Conference. And even that was a picture of what the Lord's been doing through our ministry. For the gathering, I'm so honored to have the group that we do to walk this out together. To those of you that came, it was all worth it, if not but before one. But we got the privilege of all of you coming. Those seeds that were sown into you are generational, life-changing seeds. The marriages that are restored, the ones who've lost loved ones, the ones that have felt like they were an orphan, you are not orphaned anymore. Last week, this whole week has been nothing but prophetic, power-packed, seemingly random messages. But it's all preparation. We don't necessarily have light on what, but it's the sense that everything's about to literally change. I keep saying that, but it feels like it's about to change. Like July is a month. It's like a month of change, a month of breakthrough, it's like a month of coming out, of hiding. And I've said this before in other months, but there's something about the way the Lord's uniquely flipping our own tables to show us what he's really called us to. We're not here for clicks and likes, although clicks and likes, follows have led to you. So it's not that we're against that. It's not that's not our motive. I simply wanted to come on today, which is yesterday, today for me, and just to ask you, how is your heart? Is your heart soft before the Lord? Are you vulnerable in a good way? Or are there areas where you feel like you're pretending and play acting? I wanted to read 1 Corinthians 13. Because yesterday, I talked about the fruit of the Spirit. What does it look like to walk in the Spirit, which will produce fruit, which is the fruit of the Spirit? That we can't go and just change ourselves by focusing on patience. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to be kind. I'm going to be kind. Although that might work for a little bit, the fruit of the Spirit comes from walking in the Spirit. The byproduct of walking in the Spirit is the fruit of the Spirit, which is love is the first fruit of the Spirit. And so we're going to read that. 1 Corinthians 13, it says, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, but I have not love, I have become a sounding brass or clanging cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I can remove mountains, but I have not love, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, but have not love, it profits me nothing. Okay, so the fruit of the Spirit comes from walking in the Spirit. The first fruit that comes from the Spirit is love. Without love, the other fruits don't mean anything because they can be performance. Love sets the stage, the tone for the rest of the fruit. Walking in the Spirit is love. It's loving God and loving your neighbor as you love yourself. The connection point of all of this is love. Receiving his love, learning to walk in his love, and from that place of love, fruit will be produced. Past love, but filled with love. What is love? Verse 4, love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself. It's not puffed up. It does not behave rudely, does not seek its own, is not provoked, thinks no evil. It does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. But whether there are prophecies, they will fail. Whether there are tongues, they will cease. Whether there is knowledge, it will all vanish away. For we know in part and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect has come, then that which is in part will be done away with. That when Jesus returns and we meet him in heaven and heaven becomes the earth, we won't need these things because we'll see fully. It's not the completion of the canon. I just want to make this side note. It's not the completion of the word. It's completion of the word. When I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child, and I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. This is where some of us are right now. Listen to the fruit of being a child. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I spoke the problem. I worried. I gossiped. I slandered. I understood as a child, meaning that I was not able to really receive important teachings. Like my understanding was held back. I thought as a child, meaning that my mind wasn't developed to think on these things. As Jesus says, think on these things. And I put away childish things, which is idolatry, selfishness. Part of growing in love is maturing as a believer. Part of maturing is understanding the childish ways that we can walk in. We can still walk in love and still be childish. That's the fruit of being a baby Christian. But where the Lord is calling you into is deeper intimacy, which brings adulthood. You're no longer a child, but maybe an adolescent. You may be going into a teenager and then maturity as an adult. But love is the starting ground. But self-awareness allows a time and space for you to be able to see who you really are. And what I mean by that is see the speck that's in other people's eyes, but the log that's in yours. The healthier you get, the more you're able to love, the more you're going to grow in maturity. And the byproduct of that is kindness, gentleness, self-control. You're going to see the fruit manifest through your health emotionally. You can study the Bible all day long. You can pray in tongues a lot. But you can face one person that sets you off, and none of the rest matters because you're not able to identify what's reality and what's a signal that's supposed to point to the problem that you're not able to see. The purification of the prophetic comes through emotional, spiritual health, physical health. For now we see in a mirror dimly. For now we see in a mirror dimly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then I shall know just as I also am known. Now I know in part, partially see, I partially know, but then I shall know just as I also am known. So the question is does God know you? Depart from me, I never knew you. This battle with intimacy is really a battle with him breaking through the false sense of pride and barriers and let him heal what needs to be healed. And then verse 13, it says, and now abide faith, hope, love. These three, but the greatest of these is love. We can be saved for 40 years and still be a baby. We can be saved for 2 years and be more mature than that person that was saved for 40 years. Part of the mandate on this house is to help mature you, to help you grow from being an adolescent to being a father or mother that can help other babies. God's way of doing things is multiplication. It's not just addition. The motive behind these hours is really to get us out of us and to provide time and space for us to consider. Just like today, you're going to have time and space to consider. For the rest of the time, I just want you to get alone with the Lord. Turn off your phone. And I want you to spend the rest of the time in the Spirit. You might have to set a stopwatch, but I want you to work through what it means to walk in the Spirit. For some of you, this means you'll have to speak the word. For others, this means you're going to have to pray in tongues. For others, you just have to be disciplined, not let your mind wander. So reading the word, praying in tongues, but your mind being intentionally focused on the Trinity, God, the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. That your attention is not on yourself, your feelings. If it leads to warfare, it leads to warfare. But if it leads to silence, it leads to silence. If you fall asleep, just let it be at peace. But I want you to take, I'm not sure how much time it is, for the rest of this hour until 1 p.m. Eastern, I want you to zero in and think of the Spirit. And as you're doing this, you can write, you can do whatever, but your mind is focused on the Spirit. You're going to be disciplined in the Spirit, praying, speaking the word, worshiping, warfare, reading the word. You're going to be disciplined for the rest of this time to stay locked in. And afterwards, I want you to observe what you felt. Write down, what did you feel? What did you see? What did you experience? Was it hard? What were the distractions that came upon you? Could you actually turn your phone off? What were you worried about? What was the enemy using to distract you? This is a powerful exercise in understanding, folks. I don't care if you've been diagnosed with ADD. You can do this. You just have to be creative in the way that you do it. You might have to walk. You might have to run. You might have to get in your car and let out a few yells. But I believe the Lord wants to get you to a place where you can actually lock in the Spirit. And from that place, there should be fruit. It might not manifest itself as soon as you're done. But this is the point of the secret place. This is the point of being in private with Him. You can be so locked in the Spirit that when you're in public, you're still in the Spirit. You can spend, as prophets, as seers, 99% of our life should be spent in the Spirit. Yet it's the other way around. 99% of our life is in the physical with 1% in the Spirit. Well, let's just say we flip that by 10%. That's life-changing. So I'm going to end this. I simply want you to lock in. Yes, it is this simple. Yes, this is the assignment. No, you can't put it off later. The only way you can put it off later is if you do a whole hour. And it's because you got a legit excuse. Like you got children, you're at work, something's going on. Do not delay, because some of you have the opportunity right now and your flesh doesn't want to, and you're giving into it. Maybe you're mad, you're aggravated, something's not going your way. Well, this is the perfect time to process that with the Lord by being in the Spirit. Do not let excuses keep you from robbing this timely word. So lock in. Father, I bless those that are watching this hour, those that will watch it later, that they would take the rest of an hour, whatever that is. If this is 45 minutes, then beautiful. Take the rest of the hour and stay in the Spirit. Some of you literally might have to pray in tongues the whole time, and that's okay. But that our mind would be stayed on you, that we would think about whatever is lovely, whatever is pure, whatever is holy, whatever is just. Thank you for the grace to accomplish this assignment. Thank you for the grace to fulfill what you've called us to do. And I look forward to the messages, the assessments over the weekend. So feel free to message me, message our team. We'll get to looking at reading the responses. But you are loved. You have been chosen. You are accepted. You're not rejected. You can do this. In fact, those of you that have been misdiagnosed and you speak over yourself that you just can't pay attention, this is a perfect opportunity for you to be proven wrong. Start with speaking. I can do this. I am in the Spirit. I have the mind of Christ. Greater is he that's in me than he that's in this world. I have the same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead. I am strong and courageous, for the Lord my God is with me wherever I go. I have not been given a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. Stir up the gift that's been given to you, especially now by the laying on of my hands, to those of you who have actually experienced that. You're graced with it. But I love you. Message us, let us know. Otherwise, I'll see you Monday at 12 p.m. I love you guys, and I'll see you then. Have a great weekend. Bye.